There we go. Okay, sorry about the little delay here. We had a technical malfunction going on here, but we're using our cell phone instead of the laptop right now. So, welcome to Real Estate News by Bruce Webb with the Bruce Webb team of realtors. We're going to talk about the I-275 and 23 corridors today and give you a little bit of information on what's going on in the real estate market. But wanted to just sort of check in with you. Well, first of all, if you have any questions or any comments, please put them into the chat box and I'll try to answer them for us as we go along today. And if there's anything that real estate needs or wants, please reach out. We're here to answer your questions. So let's start off by talking about for sale by owners. We all know that right now that the market is super hot right now. We are seeing a few for sale by owners out there. And what happens with a for sale by owner is a couple different things. Is first of all, typically, and I'm saying typically, what we find is that the for sale by owner, usually their prices are a little bit high. They are trying to save some money, and which is, we all want to save money and want to save that commission because it's on a $200,000 home, it's 6% of a $200,000 home is $12,000. So we want to save that, but there's a lot of things that for sale by owners don't really look at sometimes. For example, when I call up a lot of times for sale by owners, they want to they'd be glad to offer me my 3% to bring in a buyer for them. So now we're really down to a 3% commission that they're trying to save, which is about $6,000. And where I find that they have issues is with their marketing, especially in this type of market where houses are selling within 7 to 10 days and they're flying off the market. I see for sale by owners out there that have been on the market since January, February. And it goes back that typically, as I said, the prices are high. When a buyer comes in, the buyer wants to have his share or cut out of that savings also. So sometimes they don't negotiate that in the proper way. The other thing that will happen is it gets personal, and that's where a real estate agent really comes in handy. Is they can take the personal feelings out of the transaction and make sure that it is a business transaction, not just a personal transaction. So the other item is marketing. Okay, marketing is huge, and even in today's market, when with low inventory, typically a seller will go on for sale by owner will go on to Craigslist, Zillow, these platforms that have one or two, maybe three or four platforms that they get on. Give you an example. We offer about 89 different websites that we're on. And so we just reach more people. And more people you reach, the better chance that you're going to get the price that you really want. And what a lot of times for sale by owners forget is the price or the list price is a tool to get the price that you want. Okay, so it's a tool. They think, well, I can always come down. Well, if it sits on the market, you're going to come down. And you're going to keep coming down, and you're going to come down, and you're going to come down. Every week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks that you're on the market, people feel that there's something wrong with the property, there's damaged property, and they're going to want to bargain when they start to negotiate with you. So that's why about 80% of for sale by owners will eventually turn it over to a real estate agent after they get tired of trying to buy themselves. And now they've placed a real estate agent in a bad place. For example, last fall, I had a for sale by owner, had it on the market for 3 or 4 months, and now all of a sudden they wanted to have it sold ASAP. Well, yes, the market's that way, but we had to, they've already brought that price down a couple different times, and it's hard to go back out onto the market at a higher price than what we had before. So they've sort of locked your hands in at sometimes in trying to negotiate the deal. So we wanted to touch base with you on that. The other thing that's difficult for a for sale by owner is showing. If you're working, you basically have the evenings and weekends to show. When you have an out-of-town buyer, they're here for the day. They might get on and want to see it at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, you're at work. You can't show it at those. So it really limits the number of people that can see your property. And the idea is the more people who can see your property, again, the better chance that you're going to have to get the price that you want. So the other thing, and this is sort of at this time right now, is COVID. A lot of buyers are cautious, I will say, on going into a home that is not listed by a real estate agent, because real estate agents right now are following a protocol given by the governor of the state of Michigan that we're only allowing a couple of families, which is the agent and the showing family, into a home at one time. So it's just a caution for both seller and buyer that the COVID-19 protocols are followed. Okay, and the last thing about for sale by owner is safety. Whenever we have we are showing when I say we, real estate agents are showing people properties, we've got good information about them before we even take them out to show properties. And what you're doing is you're inviting people, strangers, into your home, and you really don't know what's going on there. Yeah, you might have a name, you might even have a phone number because they called you to set up an appointment. But that is one of the things that you might want to be leery of, because there's a lot of bad people out there in this world today. So that's it for sale by owners. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. Just chat them down at the bottom. I'll try to answer them as we go along. And again, we're going to start off with Garden City as one of the communities that we're going to talk about today. Again, these are figures from February. The Real Comp provides us with numbers from the month prior. And to give you an idea, inventory for Garden City, last year there was 44 homes on the market in February. And this year there's only 24. That's a 45% decrease. And that's why we're saying that the inventory is so important right now, and we're looking for all sellers and buyers out there. Last year, the days on the market was 45 days. And in February this year, it was 20 days. Again, a reduction of about 55 days, or 55%. And along with the inventory, the price goes up. The average sale for Garden City last year was 130. This year, it's 158. So you can see how the inventory is affecting the price. It's a good time still to buy because the interest rates are in the low threes. We do expect them to go up, but we've been talking about that going up for, the last 3 or 4 years, basically. But it should be going up shortly. Now, one of the other things that we wanted to talk about today was condominiums. It's a unique purchase when you're buying a condominium. First of all, it's a lifestyle when you're purchasing into a condominium. And what you want to really do is understand the bylaws and the board and how they are affecting the home or the property value, because there could be a lot of different things that are going on there. One of the things you want to do is find out how many units in the complex are actually rented, because this could affect a lot of different things. One, how people can get a mortgage, especially if they're a FHA or VA loan, if they're buying that way, which limits the number of people who can actually purchase the property if you want to turn around and sell it down the road. So those are things you want to take a look at, because not all condominium complexes are qualified for VA and FHA loans. Now, they call them spot applications, where they can have 1 or 2 spotted in there, but a lot of homes or a lot of condominiums don't allow VA or FHA purchases. You either have to be purchasing it with cash or conventional loan. But bylaws, what do? Well, they restrict you, basically. what can I do? How many dogs can I have? How many cats can I have? What type of dogs you can have? Can I hang out a flag in the front yard? Or if I work for a company and I have the company's name on the side of my vehicle, can I park it in the driveway, or does it have to be in the garage, or can I even have it, that type of car? So those are the types of things that you got to look at before you make a purchase. So in our purchase agreements, we have it in there where typically you have 3 days for the seller to get the bylaws and the financial statement, which we'll talk about here in a minute, but the bylaws to the buyer, and they have usually 3 to 4 days to look those bylaws over to make sure that they are comfortable with those. In that time period, I would recommend having an attorney look them over, especially the financial statement, to make sure that the association is in good standards and that they have, that there's no legal or lawsuit out against them that you might have to pay. And there could be situations where you have a association, a special assessment, okay, and which we'll talk about here in a minute too. So those are a couple things you really want to look at. They'll go through it, and they're usually a 3-ring binder for your bylaws and associations, giving you some rules and regulations that you want to follow, and you want to go through them so you make sure that you are comfortable with them. And then the financial statement. You want to make sure, people are saying, well, $350 or $400 a month is quite a bit to pay. Well, what does it cover? Typically it covers the landscaping, the snow removal. If there's a clubhouse or a pool in the association, it covers that. It covers the insurance on the outside of the building and the grounds, which is very important. So, and when I say the outside of the building, it typically is the roof, the walls, but the homeowner is responsible typically for the windows, the deck, and then everything on the interior of the unit. So if there's a water line break on the inside, it's the responsibility of the homeowner to take care of all the repairs. If the roof leaks, now that's water coming in from the outside, and now you might have the association take care of the repairs, both the roof and the interior, because it was coming from the outside. So you want to make sure that that's understood. Okay, and this is for all communities too. What's the turnover rate? Are people happy to live there? Or is it turning over quite a bit? So if it's turning over quite a bit, you might want to ask yourself why. Why is that happening? Okay. And the last is basically the association is it involved with more than one? Okay, I had a situation last year or a couple years ago where there was one association, but it covered freestanding or site condos, which was sort of like a home itself, a freestanding home, and then it was a complex, a condo complex. Well, the whole complex was under one association, but then inside the complex, they were divided. The homeowners association was for the single family homes, and there was a homeowners association for the condominiums. Well, for the condominiums, there was a VA. You could not purchase the home or the condo under a VA or FHA loan, but under the single family, you could purchase it under a VA loan. So, and we had a VA buyer, so we had to go through a lot of hoops to make sure that worked. So, another area that I want to talk about is Pittsfield Township, which is just south of Ann Arbor. We get out there too. So, inventory on homes out in Pittsburgh last year was 50, and this year it's 28. So again, 44% decrease in the number of homes that are on the market out there. And again, the days on the market dropped quite a bit from 78 or 76 days on the market down to 38, which was about 50%. And then the average price jumped up about 8% also. So very typical for what's happening on the market right now throughout the board. And so if you have any questions, please let us know. I do have one request today. Or actually, I got a couple requests. We have several buyers out there right now, and I'm going to call it Ranch Buyer Day. These are homes that we're looking for our buyers right now. I have a buyer in Northville that's looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, single-family home, preferably a ranch, as I said, 2-car garage, $450,000 or below. We have another buyer who's looking in the Ann Arbor School District, a 3-bedroom, bath and a half or more, looking for a ranch or a colonial. Now this one's a cash buyer. They're looking for $300,000 or less. I have another buyer that's looking for a Livonia, Plymouth, Canton area. Again, a ranch, 3-bedroom, bath and a half, basement with a 2-car attached garage. And that one is also a cash buyer at $320,000 or lower. And we have another ranch buyer out in the Brighton Howell area, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, a basement. And they would prefer to have it on an acre or 2 acres, again, up to about $300,000. And then our last ranch buyer that we have right now is in Southgate. And they're looking for a 2 or 3-bedroom ranch with a basement, preferably with a garage. And they're looking at $150,000 or lower. So those are 5 buyers that we're working with right now that are looking for ranch homes. So if you know of someone in the area of what we just mentioned who's looking to sell, please have them reach out to us or give us a call. We'll be glad to assist them with their sale and find them a new home. It's a tough market out there, and we'd be glad to work with them. So I hope you have a great Michigan day. I'm Bruce Webb with the Bruce Webb team of realtors, and I hope to talk to you soon. Have a good one now.